So what happens after the tooth gets totally formed? So there are two structures you should remember. One is a Naismith membrane and another is a reduced enamel epithelium. Histologically both are same, but at the time of appearance is different. So Naismith membrane is nothing. It is also called as primary enamel cuticle. It is a thin membrane of tissue, also known as reduced enamel epithelium, produced by ameloblast and covers once the tooth is erupted. So you can see Naismith membrane or primary enamel cuticle on the erupted tooth. Till the tooth is not erupted, the same structure is called as reduced enamel epithelium. It is formed by ameloblast cells and outer enamel epithelium from dental lamina. And all this primary enamel cuticle gets washed off once you start mastication and cleaning the tooth over there. So reduced enamel epithelium before eruption, the same thing after eruption becomes Naismith's membrane. What is the fate of dental lamina? As I told you before, the dental lamina gets defragmented, disintegrates, and the remnants are called as cell rest of Serre, which is not given in all the books. If you read Orban, they said they are called as epithelial pearls. But another name for epithelial pearls or the remnants of dental lamina is also called as cell rest of Serre, and they are responsible for odontogenic cysts, odontogenic tumors, odontomas, or supernumerary teeth. So as I told you, dental lamina is a morphological stage. Physiologically, it represents initiation. Bud stage and cap stage, proliferation. Early bell stage, histodifferentiation. Advanced bell stage, morphodifferentiation. And when the enamel matrix and the dentin matrix forms, it is called apposition. And after that, tooth starts erupting into the oral cavity. So morphological stages are dental lamina, bud stage, cap stage, early bell stage, advanced bell stage, and formation of enamel and dental matrix. While the same thing in physiological way, you can say it's initiation, proliferation, histodifferentiation, morphodifferentiation, and apposition. Now, for the new generation, at our time it should be called as when the effect of one cell on another cell or giving rise to new cell or new product is to called as induction, and we used to call as reciprocal induction. But nowadays they have given the new name, and that is called as epithelial mesenchymal interaction, or it is called as epithelial mesenchymal transition. So EMT is nothing but a reaction of effect of epithelium on connective tissue or connective tissue on epithelium to give rise to a final product. Here, your enamel organ on dental papilla on enamel organ give rise to the tooth. So reciprocal induction is nothing but an epithelial mesenchymal transition. So how it works? Simple. Inner enamel epithelium induces effect of dental papilla to give rise to odontoblast. Odontoblast give rise to inner enamel epithelium, becomes ameloblast. Ameloblast will tell odontoblast, you become dentin. Dentin will tell ameloblast, you become enamel. So once again, revision, the dentin forms before enamel. Once again, dentin forms before enamel. When the enamel starts forming, it goes from niche se upar. Okay, remember that much. It goes at the tape, intercuspal region and the cervical